Казвам се Огнян и от 10 години работя в сферата на младежката работа, алтернативните модели на обучение, съвременната педагогика и психологията на личностното развитие. My name is Ognian and Maya. Most of the people call me Ogi, and for the last 10 years I'm involved in youth work. One thing that makes me happy in life is my hobby, which is rock climbing and alpinism. I practice this already 25 years. I started when I was 18, as this is something that first of all gives me freedom and makes me feel connected to nature and to the world and environment as it is.
I'm Maya. I'm a trainer and I work for the European Youth Forum and a freelance social entrepreneur. I'm Bulgarian. I'm happy because I do what I love.
Yes, I can sing a song that is very much connected to this place because it's a song about the forest. Ubavasi oya goro mirisheshna mladost. Ubavasi oya goro mirisheshna mladost. No вселяваш сърцата ни, само скръпи жалост. Но вселяваш сърцата ни, само скръпи жалост.
My favorite tradition is on Christmas Eve when everybody gathers around the table and then you have 7, 9 or 11 different dishes without meat, and more or less it's a lot of cooking, a lot of eating and a lot of family time with the fireplace. It's really nice. At the end of the evening you have this bread with coin inside, and the oldest man twists the bread 3 times and the luckiest girl or guy gets the coin, and it's going to be a healthy year. Social entrepreneurship, in other words, is a business with a cause, a business that tackles a social challenge and tries to solve a social problem. It's not only about having the employees from a marginalized group, it's actually having your values as a founder reflected in your product, reflected in your service, in the way you treat your employees, in anything. So you do have a profit from your business, but you reinvest it back in society. Me and a partner, another woman from Varna, we started the Social Tea House. It's a social startup that gives youngsters without parents their first job and also mentorship in long-term perspective. Bulgaria should be much more a tea country because we have so many herbs, and the coffee, I would say it's much more like Ottoman heritage, so it's historically we have been a lot of tea country, so we have become in the past 4-3 centuries actually a coffee country, but many people are going back now to these natural like not mainstream drinks, and for example in the tea house we have about 50 different types of herbs from different corners of the world, but we also try to have really a natural vibe. So even the cold drinks we try to make like a cold infusion of green tea and cherries or something like that.
Involving of outdoor education methods and nature-based methodology is one of the directions that the organization I'm working with is focused on. One of the tendencies that we're trying to incorporate in our pedagogical approaches is so-called ecocentric development, and this is the personal development and learning process based on connection with nature and also implementing as many as possible activities outdoor and in natural environments, because also connection to nature and connection to natural environment gives these people more strength and also more connection to their roots. What I'm expecting as a result of this training and having 33 people from 11 countries on one place is, first of all, good exchange of different experience, different professional backgrounds, different professional stories, and also hopefully creation of new ideas that can be implemented not only in business reality but also in youth work, in education, in local communities that can help people to solve their challenges on their personal way with the resources that they have. What I would suggest to the people in connection with the topic of social entrepreneurship is, first of all, if they want to create their own social enterprise, is to start looking in their closest community, to start investigating, to start observing what are the challenges that their friends, their family, their neighbors face, and starting from them to try to develop ideas that can involve also these people, because the best way to create a social change is to involve people who will be affected by this change.
The best recommendation, just actually to start. Don't overanalyze, don't overthink. You have all it takes. Then it's just the one step is actually dividing now you from the you of being a social entrepreneur. If that's what you like, and if you already have identified the social challenge, you already know how to solve it, it's actually very dumb not to start. So just start. That's my only advice. As a conclusion, I just want to empower and to encourage anybody who has seen a social challenge to try to solve it. I don't believe that change comes from up to the bottom, but it's vice versa. So if citizens have something that ignites and that turns their gears, just act on it. Don't wait for elections, don't wait for the voting. Each of us as a citizen actually has so many tools to use, and not only political, and social entrepreneurship is one of them. So act. That's as a conclusion.
May the force be with you.
You were asking me really different questions. No, they were interesting, but I wouldn't expect. I thought it would be more like about the training or something like that.
About the challenges of Bulgarian youngsters nowadays, I can say from my let's say 10 years experience and communicating, contacting, working with young people, that last 2, 3, 4 years they become more active, and one of the reasons is that on the national level we created several umbrella organizations that connect smaller youth organizations and work on the political level in order to change the youth policies and to create environment for young people to be more present in modern life. As a challenge, what I'm seeing with young people nowadays in Bulgaria, the biggest challenge that I can recognize is real disbalance and huge gap between what they gain through education in schools and universities and what they have to provide on the labor market, and also lack of possibilities for personal initiative when it's come to creating small businesses, self-employing companies, and also the ideas of creating new businesses and new job opportunities. And I would say that it's the main challenge for each European country.
But I can testify for sure that Bulgarian educational system is not embracing each other, like each children's personality is not helping them develop. It's more or less trying to have them out of the system. Like it's a torture that is just on and on and on for 10 years and then it stops. And the problem is that it doesn't really teach them a lot. It somehow makes them read but doesn't make them think. Do you know what I mean? Thinking is not necessary in order to be a good student. This is my belief. And I think that also kids, eventually when they become youngsters and then young adults, they realize this, but it's a bit late because there is a reason that education is so early in life. This is the time that your brain develops and this is the time that you can receive the most input and learn to analyze it. And the Bulgarian educational system is not very flexible, so it pours in, but it doesn't teach you what to do with the poured quantity. Well, in some extent, it's the same, unfortunately. I had this, how to say it, I thought that it's different. Maybe apart from Sweden and Finland, I cannot say that it's very different. In most of the situations, students are bored. Even though they have these interactive flip chart boards or they have a tablet, they're still bored. And this is, I think, the main challenge, that they're really not interested in the way that they're being taught, they're not interested in the content that they're taught, and they're so passive most of the time. And I think that it's a European problem. So education is starting to reform, like all of these progressive schools are starting, like the democratic schools, they're starting to emerge in different corners. But it's still like a very boutique idea. It's like maybe 1% of the children are studying in this way, and the 99 are studying in the mainstream, boring and not very efficient way. My vision for each person is to be a better person than you were yesterday. To try to be better. That's simple. I don't think that all of us need to be engineers or rocket scientists or entrepreneurs. I think that as long as you are trying to be better at what you do, this helps everybody around you. I really think that my biggest desire for the people is generally to try to be good to each other and to respect each other, because even that situation right now we have in Europe with the refugees, I would say that it's just based on disrespect to other humans. We forget that we are actually talking about people. So this is my wish, if everybody could respect each other a bit more and be better at what they do.